Welcome to this intro to the Art of Functional Food project. I'm Jane, the Functional Foodie, and I'm a functional nutritionist, chef, writer, educator and author who's been working around the world of nutrition and food for 25 years, but also with food the whole of my life. This book has been waiting to be written for a long time. Behind the camera is my brother and my sister-in-law, who are part of Skim New Media, who are going to be the visual and production collaborators on this project. Both my brother and I have grown up around real food for the whole of our lives. And it's in this kitchen where we grew up that our food journey started, with our parents and grandparents growing food and cooking everything from scratch. That has been my message throughout the whole of my life, and then moving into my nutrition work, is that actually what we need to be doing is getting real food into our lives every day, regardless of those demands, to achieve the real health that we need. So what is functional food? Functional food means that everything we eat or don't eat has a function within our body. Our body needs nutrients, it needs fuel. So what happens is, what we eat is what it uses. If we're eating food that's depleted, not just processed food, but also what looks like fresh food that isn't that fresh, it's not very nutritious and we can't take what we need from it. And so there are many people out there who are working basically at a suboptimal level. They are in effect malnourished, and that's because of the food they're eating, the choices they're making, and it can be changed so easily by making a few tweaks to your life and using food in a way that actually goes for nourishment and has that function in our bodies. This is not just a book about food. This is a book about health, and it's a book about the whole philosophy that goes around functional food. This is about community. This is about growing food. This is about how we eat, how we socialize. This is about how everything we eat impacts on our health. So this book will have a section on health, specifically around systems like our hormones, our gut, our brain, our mood, our adrenals, everything that's connected to give us our holistic health and how we feel and how we're working every day. But it's also going to have a distinct section around food, around breakfast, lunches, dinners, sides, snacks, yes, and treats. Cake is not off the menu. Wine is not banned. This is all about balanced, real food. And every single one of those recipes will indicate which systems it actually targets and helps with the nutrients that it contains. It's also important for it to have a chapter on the best places to source food, how we can help our environment, how we can support local food economy, and how we can best make sure that we're not just doing good by ourselves and our health and our loved ones, but also our local communities and the planet on a wider scale. But without stressing, without actually falling for every fad and every single issue that you can carry on forever. So how do you achieve that balance and actually do the best for your food, for your health and for your family in real life, which is demanding? Time and again in my work with clients over that 25 years and over my life and my own journeys with my health and members of my family's health, it has come back to the essence of real food being the nourishment that our bodies and our brains need. A lot of the recipes in this book are drawn from favourites that I've used with clients. Everything that is in here is not just my whole 25-year journey in nutrition and working with such a huge range of people on everything as from as small as losing a few pounds right up to very complex and entrenched conditions. It's also about how I feed myself and nourish myself, and how I fed and nourished my family, and how we were fed and nourished growing up. So it's encapsulating an entire philosophy of food routes, nutrition work, how I live and contribute to my local community, and how all of those things are interlinked. It couldn't be a better time to bring this book out into the world now. Functional food, or the art of making real nutritious food part of our everyday lives to achieve our best health, is where I think a lot of us are at currently, about making it simple, making it achievable, with the right kind of recipes, the right kind of shopping lists, the right kind of ways of sourcing food, and also how we're preparing and involving our whole families in food, in how we eat and how we prepare and how we shop and how we live. And yes, it is much easier than you think, and it can be achieved. Let me show you how. So standing here in my childhood kitchen with the Aga that I grew up with, and the kitchen where both my brother and I grew up eating real food that my parents and grandparents had cooked and prepared. This is what it's all about. This book isn't just written by me as a 25-year worth nutrition expert. This is also going to be a visually sumptuous feast for the eyes, and beautifully shot, produced and made beautiful in A4 hardback full colour form by my brother and sister-in-law at Skive New Media, who are collaborating on this project. All of us really want this to get out there, to help more people to understand how easy it is to be healthy and have delicious recipes to hand that they can use easily, achievably within budgets, time frames, for particular health conditions as well, and get it all out there for people to use. There is a huge range of rewards, from just showing some interest and helping us out, which is massively appreciated, of course, but you can also get a signed copy of the book much cheaper than it will be eventually when it's produced, right up to having free courses from me. You can have certain levels of reward. You can have one of my courses free. You can also not just be mentioned in the credits and have a thank you paragraph in the book, immortalised forever. You'll also be able to have your own recipe in a special chapter of this book, and whatever recipe that is, I will write a paragraph about the health benefits of the recipe, your bio, your picture, so you can be a part of this book as someone who also loves food and health. So there is a massive range of rewards. We would love you to support us and get this life's ambition out into the world and really make our dreams come true, but hopefully not just help other people, but help yourself to some scrumptious recipes that have been tried and tested by hundreds of people, clients of mine, in all the various media over the last 25 years. So if you're going to support us, thank you very much.